Hello and welcome to my stream. My name is Little and today I'm going to continue to read the webcomic of Homestuck as always in the unofficial Homestuck collection. And we are already at page 7640. There are not many pages left, I can tell you. I think we are around 400 pages towards the end, so I guess there will be 2 or maybe 3 more streams before we are through. Okay, we are at Kanaya and Karkat, so let's continue with the dialogue. Sure it is. When I head out to battle, all you have to do is stick near me and do your best to provide me cover. I think as long as you are giving your best effort, you are technically keeping your end of the bargain. That would be one way of handling it. Wait, it's settled then. Now let's get out of the stuffy cave and get spiked for battle. Man, this is going to be great. I can't wait to dust the old sickle off. Which one to use, so home smell ya later? Lacking on combat stats, but it's hard to say no to a classic. This way, Kanaya. Don't worry, I'll meet you out there. Hello, Panda. Tell me, is everything okay with my microphone this time? Once it's all over. Huh? No. So this is how she's protecting him by knocking him out. Perfect, thank you. KO'd. Oh, Clara. Clara, nicht mein Mikrofon berühren. Okay. I think I have to cuddle with her. Good that I only need one arm. Pat, pat. Pleasant dreams, friend. If you can hear me in your dreams, you probably can't. You hear her, yes. They are back! At last an end to the dreadful lull in our recent social patterns. What lull? You've been talking non-stop since you were created. Yeah, I think Jess Rosebright was such an unnecessary addition, really. You see, Roxy, we all knew you could find her, especially me. Not to boast, but my faith in your ability to retrieve the chap-up wasn't just some saccharine friendly nonsense like it was for pretty much everyone else. Here, it was established in what is now a highly focused understanding of my aspect as well as its radically magnified feline instincts. Yes, good point. It's true that feline instincts in no empirical way contribute to one's prognosticatory acuity, fair enough. But they really make it feel like my intuition has more credibility than it really deserves. And to the cat portion of my being, that is good enough. Holy shit, am I legitimately pleased with myself right now? Strills? Is this her, Roxy? Of course this is her. Hello, you beautiful creature. Look, just. Rose is just totally embarrassed about the whole thing. Kelly is just so happy to meet everyone. Yes, Roxy, she's a treasure. The skull, absolutely exquisite. So smooth with the touch and full of luster, so macabre, so sublimely exsanguineous. Quite the fetching artifact to keep propped on such a smartly dressed pair of shoulders. Could you maybe stop pawing at her? It's creepy. The suit, spectacular, tailored yourself, I gather. You have no idea what a burning desire I have to get a hair on it, but don't worry, I won't. Oh my god, her eyes. Perfect glass, like a priceless doll's. It is a special friend you pulled from the dead, Roxy. Thank you for sharing this gift with us. Chirp? Clara, now I would need you for the kitty noises. This is adorable, praised Kelly. You there, John's hot mom. It wasn't a Freudian slip that time I said it deliberately. Kill me. The phantasmal kitty folk don't have much use for disguising the thoughts we think to be true in our minds, nor do we bother to wail attraction to that which we find sexually appealing. Meow. These ideas I'm having, they are so interesting. However, this frame of reference has been all my life. Color me glad I'm dead. John's hot mom, did you know you killed me? No, not the girl cat, I mean. No, not the girl, the cat, I mean. You were twice culpable in a way. The murder weapon was in your custody and bequeathed to you roundaboutly by you yourself as an aged ghostly granny woman. The plummet of that gut-crushing tome was the last thing I ever witnessed. Of course, the old woman herself was murdered by the accursed thing too. so one could hardly blame her for pulling a few strings here and there that it might find another victim. When a bedeviled joke opus is taken with certain individuals, it can be difficult to wrest them away from its favor. Wow, look at me boring you all with elementary tome trivia everyone knows already. What is this, the kitten corner? The fact is, John's hot mom one time you and your Cornwall book made a pussy pancake out of me. Even John has to be the surprised face. I suppose Roxy had a hand in it too, technically, so it seems Mom had it in her blood to do well-intended harm to the poor critter I used to be. It's okay though, because she makes up for it with the best funerals. They are dread. Each of my horse received one. I remember you so clearly in that desert as the life drained away. And where was I? I remember you so clearly in the desert as the life drained away, and I muddled through the shabby last words of a rubbish amateur. I clearly remember, in spite of what a hackneyed showing that was, I still had the presence of mind to be overwhelmed by the sense for how much you cared, and that gives me such a warm emotion right now. Makes me want to poof up a little with friendliness. But these aren't the only memories of death I have, or the only memories of life I had for you. See, I've had many. Grabbing these bites is a marvelous thing. It opens you up. The cells become curiously multidimensional concentrated. I recall the lives of many roses lost, and many Jaspers, maybe even more than 9. Not that any of them matter, now they each chased their own laser pointers to their respective utilities, and now I'm all that's left of them. What does it matter to the task at hand for which you must prepare, does it, Hot Mom Crocker? What? Was a battle ahead? We are still on healing duty. Didn't anyone tell you yet? No. The game plan is simple. You jumpstart the cadavers while I scoot you around. How's that sound, Cookie Tits? Does it tickle your toe beans? And now all of them are doing the race. Well, that settles that. Plan of action secured. Maybe it's time for you to go away now. It may very well could be. Farewell, transitorily. What else can you say? Expect, yes. Chirp. Hello, Kanaya. Funny meeting you down here in this cave. That is to say, the place I knew you went to and skittered here to visit in order to find you. What? Shout Pale or Shout Pole? Don't really know what's standing there. Rose? Dear God, what happened? What hasn't happened? We've been through a lot, haven't we? All of us. Reality itself, really. Reality has been through so much and puts people through so much simultaneously. Like the two of us, reality has put one version or another of you through so many things with one version or another of me. It's all been so sweet and stupid and silly and sad, hasn't it? You would agree if you could remember. But after I watched your molecules come apart as I lay there dying in the great big neon-skied litter box, there was one thing that occurred to me I never got a chance to say to you. Oh, okay, this is kinda cute. Kanaya doesn't know what just happened. This isn't a gift, okay? Dave and Dirk, surely this is where the party's at. Couple of cool cucumbers like you. See, Dirk knows what's up. What with the party pants? I'd call them the cat's pajamas if that phrase didn't literally describe my ensemble. Yeah, they don't do the surprised face, they just do the audible speechlessness. Yeah, speechlessness. It feels like someone just dunked me in a chili tub. Earth to Spider Bros. Does it look like I'm in the mood for a fucking bath? So, this is it. The big reunion comes down to this then. A lot of awkward sitting around while we all gaze at my father's pretty legs. Boring. I'm a sprite to the second power yet. Who do I find sitting here on this ancient skyscraper? None other than the two squares of the party. Pounds? I think the Peter would have laughed. Just both white. Surprise, Jade's unintelligent father, and greetings, for it is a brand new entity with which you are not familiar, and that bull troll's bright, I guess. And oh hey, the last unprototyped kernel, that's sure tantalizing tidbit worth acknowledging if I ever own one. Like a straight Tory some idiot chased under the fridge. Okay, looks like you're both really boring too. Sorry to barge in on your week times. Sniff you later. Just what just happened. Oh my god, she's coming back and Moses back to the pillow covering her face immediately. So it just occurred to me. No! I saw the spare screen sprite and it's like the little blinking light on those Ghostbuster traps reminding us all it is an empty vessel in need of a lost soul. What? Wait, no, time out. Ridiculous cat rose, I have stood by silently agog at your shenanigans, but I can't let that flagrant piece of misinformation go by unchallenged. That's not how the ghost traps work. The light blinks after they catch a ghost. Oh, really? Yes, I just wanted to clear that up before you carry on with more of your silly nonsense. Anyway, please continue. Thanks, Professor Nerd. I'm feeling a lot more knowledgeable about the fake thing now. Now about its right. Which one of you here was concerned with the resurrection of fallen friends? Sniff, sniff, sniff. Was it you? It was you, wasn't it? Ah, it was too easy, yes. Regardless, you're the only one left on this lily pad with any vested interest in whatever deceased member of that particular legume exhibit gets to rejoin us. And if my tally is correct, that's 4 torsos, but only 1 kernel. Vriska said that kernel was supposed to be for potential resurrection purposes, and so was yours. Vriska, who's this now? No. Can't say the name clinks the water bowl. In fact, it sounds very suspiciously like the name of someone who probably scampered off, leaving exactly this kind of moral dilemma to the those of us who stayed put. So who is it going to be, A princely young wizard who wore signs to a wand? Or a fishy young princess who never spoke once through a land? What about other guys, the one thought half dead only? Or the girl who likes ships, cause they made her less lonely? Yowza, what a mystery! But seriously, that's all for me tonight, folks. I've sincerely adored hogging all of your attention. You've been wonderful. Twins into the night. Good that this is over. Yeah, she's just gonna bring Nepeta back, isn't she? Wow, 10 pass options. Wait a minute, you click and click, but nothing happens. This pass selection screen seems to be broken. Looks like free will got greedy and overloaded the thing with choice, rendering the graphic up there completely useless. Expect you guess as a cool roll over thingy. For the first time ever in the over 9,000 page history of this website, you begin to feel slightly deceived. Oh, how you would have loved to taste the fruit of free will one last time before this wild jerks our bodies to a deadly stop. Alas, it is not to be. You must proceed through all of these options linearly, one by one. You click the link below, as usual. Yeah, but we can see who's talking. Okay. Dave and Dirk. A lot of them, actually. Yeah, I think this is the one that I'd read. Kelly and I think it's Roxy. Do you know what the good thing is? There's only one Vriska in here. It will be the worst she's ever has been at least it's only one of them. Okay, Dave and Dirk, let's go. So, that was pretty fucking word, huh? Yeah. That was your sister, sorta, but I guess she fused with her dead cat or something. Dead cat. The bottom line is we turned our back for 2 seconds and a shenanigan happened. Pretty much business as usual. At least that's how it rolls for us. I don't know about you guys here. No, yeah, that's pretty much true here too. Yeah? I turned my back once, never again. What happened? A muscular troll took my sprite. I then increased into merging him with my jackass pair of sunglasses. Oh, right, that guy. Yeah. Like, guys, this is kind of an awkward silence between you two. So indeed. So is pretty much the thing we are saying. That our conjunction of choice, it seems. Fuck. I guess you all pretty much showed up then. Yeah, pretty much. Like, before I even got back. After the werewolf girl appeared and wait, what happened with that? It's like a whole story, man, mostly involving Vriska. Vriska? If you knew her, you'd know that's all I had to say. You'd be like, oh, it's a Vriska thing, okay, got that, I forgot I asked. She brought you here too, actually, then jumped her ass in that window to go whatever crazy bullshit she thinks needs getting done. Oh, right, her, then, I guess. Stuff in the session is pretty much sorted out, finally. Shrug, maybe. We are about to do battle. Seems like it. Oh, are we ready for that? Kind of. Taket made some drawings, so... Are you ready? I guess. I've got like a sword and shit. Cool. Me too. Yeah, I know. Mine's not that good. That's too bad. What type of sword? It's Welsh. I mean, possibly Felt Welsh. I'm not that sure. Well, mine's good. I know. It's Japanese? For real? No, I don't know. Probably fake Japanese. Fake Japanese, kinda like how all anime probably takes place in some kind of fake Japanese universe. Something like that. That's cool. Tough getting a sword from a place like that. Yeah. I like how their like sunglasses are just getting moved around and it looks like they are looking around. So, when are we supposed to fight? God, I hope soon. Okay, next one is a big group. Okay, now that little episode seems to be over, Roxy, maybe you can introduce us to your friend for real this time. Rose, I think you can come out from under the pillow now. No. Yeah, so like the hilarious Cheshire cat Rose already pointed out, this is my friend from the dead, Kelly, and she's super pretty. Ooh. I just cannot. Even when I see the word, I always have to pronounce it as ooh or ooh. She was my web friend online for a long time, and Jane's too. Jane, you just saw her, but there she is again, alive and everything. Hi, so good to see you again. Yes, likewise, Jane. And without your troll sonar, no less, this is your true form, I presume? I think both Foxy and the enthusiastic cat girl are correct. Natural appearance is quite handsome. Gosh, I am sorry, I do not know how to reply to such remarks. Maybe it is because I can't bring myself to agree, no matter how nice it is for you to say so. I hear ya. Taking compliments can be kinda hard sometimes. Like if it's a weird subject for you, we can lay off. Kelly, you're surrounded by ass kissers. You should allow me to lick your face so I can make an objective determination. Damn it, Therese. It is the only way we'll know for sure. So if I'm being honest, you smell pretty ugly from where I'm standing. Oh my god, you are terrible. Please, John, I did not mean that in an unflattering way. I think having a skull for a head is pretty sick. If given the choice, I might box the look myself. But I wouldn't stand for a bunch of cloying weenies sitting around calling me pretty. If that's how people reacted, what would even be the point of looking like a better skullgirl in the first place? Okay, I guess it is your opinion on that then. Thanks for sharing, Therese. Don't listen to her, Kelly. She's a weirdo. So anyway, regardless of how you feel about yourself, or whatever single wood troll may have to say, I think you are very cute. Even though you look a lot like your terrible brother, the fact that you are nice inside makes a huge difference. I think that when you are really a good person deep down instead of an evil jerk, the skull monster look becomes a lot more charming. Wow, thank you. You met my brother? Yeah, he's garbage. I'm really sorry you had to grow up with him. Me too. I roughed him up a bit though, so it's all good. I whipped up his cape pretty good too. He has a cape now? Not anymore. Hey, look, there it is. Hey, nice. What? The ring? I helped track it down through time for Roxy so she could give it to you. It's so cool to see that it works. Yes, I feel so much more substantial now. You must be a really good friend to her for her to want to bring you back so much. Yes, she's as good a friend as I could ever hope for, but then, since you helped, I suppose I owe you just as much gratitude, don't I? Well, not really. I had to save the ring anyway, and it just seemed like the right thing to do, giving it to her since she was so worried about you. It should be a nice thing that is between her and you. I'm just a middleman. Hey, okay. Anyway, it's really nice to meet the person who finally gets to wear the highly touted ghost ring. It probably means you are pretty special to end up with it. What do you think you will do with your life now that you are alive and free from your jerky bro? Oh, wow, I hadn't thought about it. The idea is overwhelming, really. Well, don't sweat it. You'll have a lot of time to figure it out. That's kind of the point of life, right? To take a lot of time floundering around figuring stuff out. The answer will come to you eventually. You should just try to have fun. Isn't that what adult Kelly said to Jade? John went through so much character development. Trollboat. John is so nice, it's fucking me up. I know, it's disgusting. Excuse me, Kelly. What happened after I woke up? We were all following that mysterious path. Did you and Jay discover where that led? Yes, I met my other self. Oh, so you found her then? Indeed, or more likely, the timing in the furthest ring was right. Perhaps she sensed me in some way and untangled the path through the darkness. In other words, it feels more as though I was summoned rather than being the one to find her. She seems tremendously powerful. She is also quite frightening. Frightening? Not that I think she is dangerous or has ill intent. My impression was very much to the contrary. Still, while speaking to her, I can't remember ever feeling so nervous. Not even my brother made me feel that way, but the manner was so severe and chilling, and so unlike mine, I think. Maybe that's why you felt weird, seeing a version of you that wasn't like you at all? Maybe. So what happened? Not much. My presence there essentially freed her from that place according to a pact she made with the Echidna. She and Jason left to do what I do not know. That is when Roxy found me. So were you only there to release her? Are you sure there isn't something important for you to do now that you are alive and with us? I doubt it. For one thing, I have virtually no useful abilities. I don't mean to badger you, I'm just wondering how you fit into all this. Getting away a one-of-a-kind ring and returning to join a group about to wage a pivotal battle. Sorry. It strikes me as a profile of someone meant to do something important. What do you think you'll do? Maybe it doesn't have to work that way, so? What if those are just some facts about her which let her come back to life, but they don't have to mean anything other than that? Like anything about having to do some huge fancy thing, I guess so. First Dave tells me human beings don't have arcs, and now you are telling me the culmination of an epic doesn't require a messianic archetype to return from the dead, thereby providing the key to everyone's salvation. I wonder what sturdy and time-tested narrative construct Jade is going to debunk whenever she wakes up. Maybe she will lay waste to the notion of endgame ships. Calcat won't be happy about that. Huh? Okay, I don't know what stuff you're going on about there. I just don't think she should feel like she has to do anything she doesn't want to. I think the truth is I won't be doing much of anything. My other self told me as much. Your advice was to just live and exist as a version of us for whom that is an actual possibility. She's the one who will be doing important things. How so? She didn't say. Isn't that just how it always is with all selves so cryptic? Hey guys, it's been cool having you all meet Kelly and such, but do you think she and I could have a moment alone? Got some stuff I want to talk about. The bad thing comes. Let's get this over with. You know, I've got to say, I've really turned around on horses. What? Horses. I used to hate them. Remember? I developed this word superstition about them, about how they're cursed or something. And when they are around, they can only lead to bad things happening. Don't you remember how I was going on and on about that a while ago as a amusement park? Oh, guess so. But we've been hanging around them a while now and everything's been fine. More than fine, actually. So yeah, horses are okay in my book. What do you think, Mina? About what? Horses. Oh, say okay. Kinda dumb and smelly. Be making like fucked up sounds out of big ass mouths and floppy lips. Yeah, reminds me of the weird sounds that used to come from my neighbor's hive at weird hours of the night. The fuck? Don't even ask, because I don't know. So enough about stupid animals. Those presents have no rational explanation anyway. What do you want to do today? Today? Yeah, there is no today. You know what I mean. Within the ambiguous time frame that would loosely correlate with a single rotation of a planet. Any ideas? Nah. Come on, we can't just spend all our days hanging out in this idyllic, bizarrely palette cliffscape with all these stinking idiot quadrupleps. We should go exploring some more bubbles. We explored an awful lot already, ain't they sort of all the same by now? I mean, roughly speaking, yeah, they are all arbitrary memory collages, I guess. There's always something new to see every time. Most ridiculous memory will we visit next. Like some nutty version of Kanaya who became a god tier and some totally ludicrous version of our session. Or maybe a version of John who never even played the game at all. Maybe we went outside to look for the game and fatherly users backed over him with his car. Or what about your friends? They are always fun. Like Nepeta's ancestor, the deaf one, she's a riot. Plus she has a fascinatingly dark history which her memories always seem to hint at. Or Evidence douchier clone, I know you have a great time. Whenever you get the chance to own him. So what do you say? I dunno. But you seem kinda bored. If you're bored, doesn't it make sense to get out and try to have fun? Not really. But why? Plus, it doesn't sound that fun. It just sounds like the same shit as always, like exactly like dreams. Dreams? They are dream bubbles after all. Yeah, but I don't. Dreams are also like a crazy fantasy ride full of fake shit that makes no sense. It's a great time in theory, and I guess when you are younger, it's fun. Maybe you even look forward to sleeping, to see what the great Mr. Sandclam has in store for you next. But after sweeps and sweeps of dreaming, you get used to it. It's just the same bowl with crap your stupid brain is just shuffling up and serving you again and again. So you stop paying attention and just ride out your sleep. Then get back to business in the real world like a legged person with cool plans. Huh. I don't think I've had the same experience, honestly. Sounds like kind of a bummer to look at dreaming that way. I always liked dreaming, unless they were awful dreams, which was fairly often. But I never say I got really bored of some. Yeah, well, you were a bit younger than me. I am? Yeah, I guess so. I never thought about it. Then again, we fucked the ladies. We sort of have to get used to being around people younger than us over our full lives, like much younger. Or at least I'd have to if I was actually alive. I guess you're right about that too. That's pretty fucked up to think about, actually. That if you were alive, you'd have to deal with existing nearly forever. Almost as fucked up as the fact that you have to exist nearly forever while dead too. Hey, huh? Are you okay? Yup. You seem really down. No, I'm cool. Are you sure? Meh, maybe not. Don't matter. What's wrong? No, Finn. Ah, you know you can talk to me, right? Yeah? So tell me. I don't know what's wrong. I'd tell you if I knew. Are you depressed? Shrugged. It sounds to me like you may be depressed about something, or just, in general, I don't know. Damn Vriska. Hey, it's okay to be depressed. I think just because you are dead, it doesn't necessarily let you off the hook from having psychological problems. I'm pretty sure I proved that to myself on more than one occasion already. Yeah, so talk to me. Maybe I can help. Yeah, what's the big deal? I don't wanna. Nina, what? I'm not good at like talking about me. It's all you ever talk about. No, I mean in a non-aggrandizing way. Oh, yeah. Yes, now comes the bad part. So if I'm interrupting whatever the fuck is going on here, but I'm afraid I'm going to need the treasure. Oh, okay, the bad part comes only later. Well, you can guess what is going to happen. Hey, I hope you don't mind I pulled you off to the side like this, away from other nice pals for a little one-on-one rocks and carol time. I might be greedy as shit. I don't mind at all. I'm still getting used to the concept of in-person socialization at all, let alone with many people. And yes, you may be greedy, but if so, then so am I by the exact same standard. Damn it, Vriska, the other version was trying to help for once. Yeah. Fuck yes, like a couple of friendship burglars picking each other's pockets, all shifty-eyed and looking out for cops. But also giggling, I guess, because that is in the spirit of the scenario in question. Yes. I can't believe you're really here. It hardly seems real. After all these years and how you were just like a mystery friend online, and then how worried I was we might lose you for good. But now, wow, I know. So you and Jane and Jake were hanging out? Yes, it was great. You drew and told stories. I'd heard you died, so I was holding out some hope that you would show up too. And you did eventually, just not the version of you I expected. I never dared to think you would bring me this gift. Well, I swore I would, and John kinda double swore he would help. Damn, the kid is persistent. I like him. He's easy to talk to. Yeah. I've heard about him, of course. The reality of someone standing in front of you is quite different from what you read about them in a text. But then I have no idea how accurate anything I read is anymore. I always believed I was in possession of the text which decoded your future, and I behaved towards all of you in that sly and knowing manner, avoiding spoilers and such. That was probably presumptuous of me, so, in hindsight. I clearly didn't know that much. I certainly didn't read anything about my own involvement. I never could have imagined being here. You were still helpful, though. You were the force in our lives that gave us hope that we could all get together someday. Going down that road has been crazy and by no means a smooth ride. I'm losing count of all the times it looked like everything was about to break or catch fire actually did break and catch fire, resulting in loads of dismay. But when you look back, every time things went to shit, there was always something constructive about the turn of events. Something that was necessary for the good outcome to happen at all. So whenever something stupid happens, like some a-hole gets a bonehead idea to steal a ring, and then everyone dies horribly, and at the time you think you're just gonna curl up and cry yourself into weepy non-existence, Maybe those aren't even bad realities. Maybe they are as important as any, and so are all the experiences that you had in them, and so are the experiences of everyone who died, because you don't just get to say your experiences are more important or significant just because you happen to be someone who survived longer. I guess what I'm saying is, I'm grateful you let me go on this adventure, and not even in spite of the hardship it involved. I just had a little time to think about it with Firefly Nothing Space, and I think all of it was good. I'm happy that I could play such a role in your lives. I don't know if I deserve much credit for these positive revelations about your journey, though. You are the one who's been on the adventure. I have barely taken my first step. I spent all my life in my room and then every moment in the afterlife cowering in fear. It's only now that group participation is even a possibility. But even so, I really doubt I have much to offer. My other self, who I just released, I think she is poised to do something much more significant. What do you think she'll do? I have no clue. But she told you to live right, yes, by which I can only assume she meant you live it up, girl. Like go shopping or something. Or walk it down the highway in a convertible with cash flying out the back. That is not the sort of sentiment I can imagine coming from her under any circumstance. But yes, maybe something to the effect of encouraging me to enjoy my existence, as communicated by a more typical, truly asocial member of my species. Really, what I took from it was, she is a real one with all the power and relevance now, and I am the spare. A civilian in a sense, like in a war. And the only use for civilians from a militaristic mindset are as those who live their lives in whatever completely equivalent way they choose to. They are the collateral at stake, the ones for whom the war theoretically fought, but whose lifestyles, choices, happiness and such hold no concern whatsoever for those fighting on their behalf. This, I think, is a mindset of cherubs for alignment. As protectors, it is the relationships they have with those they protect. And thus it is probably the relationship she believes she has with me. You make it sound like she's the laggard Cully and you are the afterthought, like the one from the funky reality that didn't go right. Technically, her timeline was doomed by her predetermination alone. Even so, yes, it does feel as though my reality was the oddity. Cherubs were never supposed to grow up like me, exposed to other caring people and learning from them. It made me different and unfit to dominate, yet ironically, this was requisite for the timeline's success. It was necessary for you all to begin your journey as well. So this seems like an example of what I was just saying, actually, the story of the two Kellys. Neither is really more important, and your timelines can't really describe it as a good one or the bad one. There were good and bad things about both ways stuff went down, and different qualities to the people you became. Her life sounds like it was harsh and lonely in its own way, but it sort of paid off because she got to beat her brother, and then got arbitrarily punished for that outcome because it wasn't supposed to happen. And then finally, you meet her and free her or something, so she's probably gets to go off and do something badass. Then there's you, who had probably an even more challenging upbringing. Getting so hassled by your bro, and he killed you, I guess, because the way the deck was shuffled, he had the edge this time. But the upshot was you got to have all these great friends who cared about you, and it helped you become the nice person you are, who means a lot to other people, and now you get to live whatever kind of life you want and be completely free from all the crummy stuff you grew up with. Who cares if you aren't as strong as her or don't have the wicked powers she does, or some important mission to do? You both came from perfectly legitimate relatives, and in her, you are both equally valuable. And both of these relatives seem to be tied together. She can't do her mysterious badass thing unless you make it all the way through your journey and free her. And your relative was the thing setting the stage for this huge multiversal vortex of problems, which after a kajillion fucking epochs she was always meant to resolve in some way. And that doesn't mean your life was like a means to an end in a big cosmic sense. I think it's more like you are the end, or one of the ends. You and me and everyone who made it and everyone who didn't. So that means you don't have to be able to do a lot of super special shit to validate your identity as a real version of yourself. The only validation you need is being who you are, because no one can be that person but you. Kelly's arc's by far the best part of this act. I love this. Yes. Those are very inspiring things to hear, Roxy. I hope you are right, but even so, I think I would still like to be useful. You can be. You can help me out. How? I know you aren't God tier or anything, or probably never did much to get in touch with your aspect, but maybe that doesn't matter. You are space, right? Yes, a muse of space. Sounds cool. It is cool, I think, especially having seen what I could have been. No, but that potential has to be inside you somewhere, actually. It's one reason why I wanted to be with me, why I wanted you to be with me here for a while, aside from catch up a bit. What do you need me to do? Nothing really. Just be here with me while I try this. I don't know why, but I feel like your presence will help. And if nothing else, I just like having you here. Makes me feel better about trying to focus on this weird little core. But you think my aspect is relevant? Maybe. I think space is related to this in some abstract way I can't put my finger on. I gotta make this egg, see? But it isn't really just an egg. It's a hella complicated egg in both its biological design and everything it represents for the future of an entire civilization. And I don't have the genetic or chemical or molecular blueprints for anything. I have to figure out using just thought, like ideas. Ideas that are really basic and live in this primordial, sort of crazy consciousness. So I have to build the idea of this egg in some way before I do anything. Which means trying to grasp its reality and what it represents. It's like a funky little construct of biological propagation. And I think that intersects with the nature of space, at least as we have come to understand it. The propagation of space is really just some profound cosmological feat of reproduction. That is a literally biological process, right? Pretty much. So to make this egg, as a work of art, what I'm really doing here is something kind of insane. You yourself told me once how to be able to do this crazy shit. I did. I'll be like probing nothingness for an idea, a pretty complicated idea in this case, and pulling that idea from unreality. So maybe if I'm right and the closer connection to the nature of space will help me locate that idea, almost like standing next to an antenna to boost the signal of that idea, then maybe my chances will be better. And hey, even if not, it's just nice to have a friend nearby while you try to do something hard. What do you think they are talking about over there? I suspect Roxy wanted some time to catch up with an old friend. I'm sure I would want the same if I hadn't just had an extensive reunion with her myself. Yeah, I guess we should just chill out and give them a moment. It isn't quite time to head to our battle stations yet, so we might as well try to relax until it is. I imagine it's a lot easier to relax when another version of yourself hasn't been hijacked by your dead cat. Yeah, probably is. Maybe you should try not to let her bug you, Rose. She seems harmless enough. Plus, she's pretty funny. Sounds suspiciously like the advice of someone who's never had to deal with an outlandish alternate version of himself. Hey, I've bumped into other Johns a few times. Can't say the experience has been anything other than perfectly agreeable. You mean Johns that were essentially your time duplicates in the course of your retcon quest? Yes. Those don't count, those were just regular Johns. What I'm saying is you never had to deal with a John who was like Hoff Harry Anderson and Hoff Maple Hoops, a dear departed pony. Wow, that sounds great. Come to think of it, you're the only one of us who hasn't. I mean, of our original group of friends. Dave had Bird Dave, Jade had Dog Jade, now I have Cat Rose. Why were you let off the hook? I dunno, guess you guys are just luckier than me. Even putting aside the widely unwelcome body horror slapstick routine she represents as a machine gun salvo of appropriate remarks and conduct which my cat is apparently capable of releasing from my subconscious, I'm not sure where this leaves me. What do you mean? I felt like I understood my place. I'd gotten myself in order somewhat, my own beverage decisions had gotten more reasonable. I was ready to bear down and play my part in finishing this. I could even handle a stray roast right brought to my doorstep by my sweet imbecile of a pet. Idiotic though that was, I was still clearly Rose Prime, but can I really claim that now? She's a sprite squared? How is that even a thing? Can someone tell me how that's even a thing? I can't tell you how it's even a thing. I think we are all just as flabbergasted as you at its thinginess. What's next? Is there a sprite cubed, or let's not even entertain this avenue of thought. The point is, she must be quite powerful, insightful, and in spite of the best, she went headspace out too intelligent as well. Doesn't she arguably have more claim to being real Rose than I do? I don't think being the real Rose necessarily means being the one who's more outgoing and chatty and powerful and stuff. I'm not sure it means anything. I think maybe we should try to drop the stuff about who's a real version of who anyway. It's weird and it just hurts people's feelings. I don't care if my feelings are hurt though. I just want to know where I stand. I really don't think she is that threatening to you. Believe me, you still seem like the Rose I always knew. Yes, she doesn't quite. It seems to me she's a lot more interested in having fun and zipping around like a silly lunatic than first helping you as a main Rose. Sure, that's what she wants you to think. But why do you care? I thought I heard the other Rose say before she was a cat that she liked the idea of being some sort of backup Rose. Do you not feel that way too? That was a different context. I probably would have felt the same way if I found myself in her exact situation. Jess Roses changed everything, so now I feel a certain responsibility. I have to really step up. Step up? Yes, to make sure I stay regarded as an exemplary model. Provide assurance that the concept of roseness itself doesn't degrade you to black market peddlers of substandard shit. Basically, I need to defend the integrity of the brand. Oh my god, what? Nothing. I just missed you so much. My brand missed you too, John. Your brand has good taste in France and kicks ass. Nerds. Hey, how do you think Kanaya and Karkat are doing? They are probably getting a stern earful of rolling monster patriots right about now. Do you think they'll be successful? At what? At talking to a monster? I don't know. I think Karkat will successfully fail to understand the monster and possibly also successfully shout at the monster. Kanaya, I think, will probably successfully do something sensible in response to whatever the monster demands. So, you think they're going to pull it off, son? I'm still not sure what it is, but yes. Well, the idea was to reduce the frog, I think. You think so? That's what Vriska said. Vriska says a lot of things. That's a basic idea, yes? But monsters can be complicated. Regardless, I think the right person was summoned to handle it. You really trust Kanaya, don't you? Sure. Not to change the subject too hard into something maybe you don't want to talk about because of your brand, but I think you make a nice couple. You do? Yes, I thought so last time I was hanging out with you both in the screwed up timeline, but didn't say anything then. I think it's still true. I'm glad it didn't change when I retconned some things. I am too. Maybe that means it's a strong relationship. If it can survive, God, whatever the hell happened. A hard 3-year reboot and then the sudden presence of Vriska? When you put it that way, it really does sound like you were trying to fuck us up. Haha, nerds. Teresi, shush. What? I have just been minding my own business and in no way whatsoever saying anything directed at a couple of silly nerds saying dorky things. No, you said nerds twice. You always say nerds when in earshot of other people who are just being friendly. Isn't it weird how you are making this observation and no one else is? What? No. Meaning maybe I only say it when the pair of nerds in earshot happens to include you. Ark, what was that look? What look? That look you just gave me. I didn't give you a look, dingus. Yes, you did. Don't look at me like that. Whatever look you think I gave you, it was in your imagination. It is possible you may be flattering yourself, Egbert. Oh, whatever. Hey, what are you even still doing here? Weren't you going to go with Dave and get ready for battle? Yes, I'm just giving him and his bro some time to themselves first. I'm sure they could use it. And whatever the hell is going on between them, the last thing I want to do is involve myself. That sounds even more awkward than entering around you goofy bunch of nerds being all cute and mushy with your human family and friendship stuff. Yeah, you sure do sound put off by it, all hanging on over every word and such. It takes a will of iron, trust me, But yeah, I actually do agree. It does sound pretty awkward to be around Dave and his bro while they, get to know each other, I guess. Yep. I'm not sure how well Dave really even knew his adult bro, actually. Aside from bogusly idolizing him in a way that was really transparent that he didn't, I wonder how different Dirk is from him, if at all. I wouldn't be the one to ask. What do you think, Rose? I don't think there's anyone who could answer that. I suspect literally no one in the history of anywhere has ever met those people. Until, as of now, Dave himself. I hope Dave's okay. Where are we? Yeah. Oh my god, she did it. Foxy, I'm so proud of you. He's also proud of herself. Hell yes. Egg. Okay, we are going through this at lightning speed, I feel. If all the pages are like not much to read anymore, then I might just do a little longer today and finish it all, but we'll see. I was just saying, oh no, Jess was fighters again, but Rose made the face that worked for me. It's me again. Cat sounds, stretch. Ugh. Miss me, Rose. Did you know I love you? Weird thing for me to say and you to hear, probably. I inherited the adoration our cat had for you, which now strangely is directed with the exact same intensity at myself because I'm you. Funnily enough, this manifests itself in a particularly acute form of narcissism, which is something we were already sort of afflicted by, and so was our cat by the very nature of the sort of animal he was. The bottom line is I'm pretty twisted up inside in all the most beautiful ways, and it's wonderful. It really isn't. As much as I enjoy getting a load of that gorgeous whiskerless mug of yours, it's not actually why it walked by. I'm here on a curt matter of business with Jane, huh? We have to prepare for our healing duties, hammer out a strategy and such, really sink our claws into the expensive upholstery of that problem. But first I have somewhere to take you. What? Where? Yes, someone you really must meet before we all start skittering across the great laminated floor of combat. As a ghostly theoretical guide of Emma, my whims decide I should be serving any given moment. I can't allow another second to pass without introducing the two of you. Who? This way. Where we are Jane coming from right now? Ah, she was getting against the wall. Oh, Nana's bride. You can stay here with the others until this all blows over. With who exactly? Jade. She's sleeping. Please keep an eye on her, okay? Yes, of course. I'd be happy to. Although a man they call the mayor is here, I don't know much about the dude myself, but apparently he's a hell of a guy. Give him my regards. I will. So yeah, if we make it through this, I'll come back for you, and then we figure out what happens next. I can't wait. Hope you're not sick of hearing it yet, but I'm still so spiked you are with us. Of course I'm not sick of it. It is just Kelly, in times such as these, you know, words have trouble cutting it. Come here. Keep me in your thoughts, okay? In the luckiest and magicest way you know how, I will, Roxy. Now, if you will excuse me, I got a delivery to make. Maybe we should go over this again, because honestly, I'm still not sure I get it. What? Who are we actually fighting again? Jack Noir? Yeah, well, one version of Noir. There's a shitload of them, so. Which one is this? He's yours. Ours? Yeah, the one from your session. But our Jack spent months in prison. Well, I guess he broke out. He's kind of like a huge fucking deal now. When did this happen? I have no idea. I wasn't here. I guess neither was I. He's got Lord English powers, so they're going to like just wretched fucking use. Damn, he's going to be hard to beat. Even armed with the ultimate weapon, some sorts. Sounds like some shit is going down. I should downplay our sword gambit, so I have yet to encounter a problem where a sword didn't factor into the solution at least in some way, I bet. Bear in mind, I haven't actually solved many problems over the course of my life. But the ones I have, man, swords proved hells of instrumental. What do you mean you didn't solve many problems? Didn't you like program robots and stuff? I guess I meant real problems involving people. Oh, those. So Jack has a lot of English powers? Yep. Does it have anything to do with Jake? Not according to my current understanding of a mostly nonsensical body of information. What does it actually mean then? Not sure. Mostly that is really hard to kill, I think. Okay, well, that's decent intel at least. He might be vulnerable to Welsh things too. Don't quote me on that because it will make me sound like an idiot. Alright. Do you know when he arrives? I already said I don't know. Right. Guesstimate? Not soon enough is my best guess, and I guess also my opinion. Oh. Is everything alright? Sure. It just seems like maybe you aren't that into this, so at last, or at least not as much as I was. Whenever I mentioned the possibility of us meeting, were you? Yeah, I guess I'm not doing a very good job of showing it now. I think that's probably just what I'm like, though, you don't say. I mean, when it comes to people in general, but probably especially people who are an important part of my life, so. You think I'm an important part of your life? Yes. You don't actually know me, though. Not this me, and I'm pretty sure you didn't know the other guy either. That's true. What is it about me that's important then? I'm not sure how to answer. Why? because I'm getting the sense that you might disapprove of whatever I might say. Maybe you think it's weird that I idolized some version of you that I never knew. Idolized? See, it seems like you think it's weird. Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. I don't know if it's weird, I just can't process it. Why? Because maybe not anything to do with you per se, but how I view my bro. And I've got to say, meeting you, it's not rocking my world here. Or you pending any paradigms or whatever. Listening to you and looking at you, it really just reminds me of him. I know you're different and all, and also like a kid, I guess. But you don't feel that different. And hearing anything like that, like about idolization, or like you were actually looking forward to this in any sincere way, is kind of fucking jarring. So like, things between you and me, from your perspective, are we like not cool? Well, yes, well, I guess I didn't fucking like you that much, okay? Oh, why not? Honestly, I don't know if I want to get into it, okay? Okay, actually, maybe I will get into it. I don't know why my friends got to have adults around who cared about them. They complained bitterly about stuff, so I guess I convinced myself they were all in the same boat as me, but that's not how it was. The complaints were trumped up nonsense that I bought it cause, I don't know, I didn't have any frame of reference. But his dad and her mom, no matter what they said, it was so obvious they cared about them deeply. Even Jade's weird fucking grandpa who died when she was young obviously would have done anything for her. Why did I get such a war cut of the asshole deck? And why did it take me so long to figure that out? And like he's dead now, so that's sad, so all that's left to do is look back and try to put the pieces together of my first 13 years. And all I can think is, what the fuck was that? I don't come away with the impression I used to try convincing myself of. That he was like mysterious or stern or aloof. The only feeling left is this insane impression that I was raised by somebody who fucking hated me. And the whole act of even raising a child was some totally fucked up game to him. Like parenthood was one of the highest tiers of irony in his solemn bullshit bro ninja code. So he went through those motions and did whatever he thought was funny or badass. But under that weird stylistic and totally sociopathic approach to parenting, I can't even imagine there was any emotion toward me other than some sort of loathing. What did he do? I don't want to get out the laundry list, but for reference, laundry wasn't one of those things. It was just one of the many little domestic things I just had to sort of figure out. Sort of like I eventually had to learn what the real purpose of a refrigerator was for movies. Wait, what? I don't know, there's too much to even get into just. I don't remember the atmosphere ever not being nerve-wracking. All having to sneak around and, my shitty childhood spider senses are tingling just thinking about it. It was training, you know. But you know what it really was? It was some vicious shit that was bad and sucked, and I hated it. It didn't make me stronger, it did the opposite. It made me never want to fight. Made me never want to see blood or be near danger or hear metal sounds. Made me hate the idea of being a hero, cause he was a hero and he ruined the idea of heroism. I don't even want to be fighting this shitty version of Jack, but hey, nobody else has secret Welsh powers, so I guess I have to. What gets me is how long it took me to put all this together. To stop seeing it as some kind of roughhousing and segment life I had but was otherwise normal. It took years to deconstruct it all and put it back together to understand how fucking mad I should be, and in particular, how stone cold deeply uncared for I was my whole life. Like being merely monitored by a violent robot. I only started getting it after spending a lot of time in person with a bunch of people who actually did care about me. And I could start feeling like actually somewhat human for the first time instead of some sort of wanting afterthought with a household cabal of smutty puppets. Puppets? The fucking puppets. I know how it sounds, but I'm not joking, and there's no shred of doubt in my mind that he loved all those puppets more than me. Honestly, it is very possible that he was just insane and that's that. I guess it didn't help either that we lived with what we have come to understand may theoretically be the most evil doll to exist in any universe ever. In fact, it's my tenuous understanding that he came down to earth with that thing, like actually grew up with it, maybe spending 30-some years being unseparable from that hell puppet had such an effect on him. Maybe if it hadn't been casting a pall over our apartment 24/7 since he took me in, grinning, glaring, laughing in my sleep, maybe our lives wouldn't have been quite so. Maybe we would have, what? You okay there? Yeah. That doll. That was Kel, right? Yeah. Right, my version is empty apparently, whatever that means. Huh? How do you know that? A source. Unsupposedly knowledgeable in juju's. I never quite knew what that meant, so, well, whatever his was, empty is never how I would have described it. Man, I don't know if I figured something out here, like, explained something or, hello. Yeah, Dave is finally unloading everything of his feelings. If I'm just driving myself crazy with his talk and nothing even needs explaining, it doesn't change my past or how I feel about him. He was still pretty much awful, no matter what the reason, and I'm sure that's the only feeling I'll ever have about him. So who cares why it was like that? Yeah. That all sounds really bad. I don't know what to say, so maybe I shouldn't say anything. Since I just remind you so much of him for obvious reasons, I don't want to make you feel worse or make it sound like I'm offering a defense for him or me, because I don't have one for either of us. Come on, man, you didn't do anything. This was just some douchebag with your exact DNA who happened to grow up to be my bro. You had a completely different life full of, like, different choices and actions and stuff. And even if you were gonna turn out like him, you've barely cleared the halfway mark and actually chronologically getting there. In some way, ranting about all of this probably just uncool of me because you aren't him. You're not responsible for any of this shit, but I'm sorta implicitly taking it on you anyway, so sorry about that. I'm not sure it's true, so at least I don't feel that way. What way? That I'm not him, the fact is I am. It's something I've come to understand about myself. All splinters of me are basically me, no matter how much I want to resist that truth, or pretend they aren't reflecting my own qualities back at me. I bear a certain responsibility for all of them. Splinters? Yeah, I guess the concept isn't that unique to me. We've all got other versions of ourselves running around here and there throughout the various compartments of this messed up cosmos. Right. I just happen to be particularly connected to mine. I felt haunted by them. And what that really means is I'm popularly haunted by my own bad qualities. So when I hear about stuff I did in another reality, I'm not sure what my adult self might have ever tried to do to atone for that stuff, of anything. Pretty much dick squat. Yeah, but in any case, I'm sure I was completely in the wrong, and I'm sorry I messed up your life. My god, of all the characters, I didn't think Dave would be the one I needed to write that emotional healing fic for. Yeah, when you see him at the beginning of the comic, he's just a teen who's deep in denial about his own abuse. Thanks, but it still feels a little odd accepting an apology from somebody who I just met and technically had nothing to do with my life. Even if you do feel guilty splinterways or whatever, it is just a messed up situation, and I guess I had to vent. And there was never anyone I wanted to say all that to. The only thing that was gonna drag it out of me, I guess, was like a teen stand and phantom of my dead bro. Just some perfectly innocent dude having to take the brunt of this shit. I'm not particularly innocent, so I've messed a lot of things up with my friends. Honestly, that's why I wasn't that bent on sticking around when I showed up. And pretty much jumped at the offer of flying here to get ready for some yet to be explained battle. Battles are easy. Just you, a sword, some bad guys. It's a lot simpler than having to answer for things you did. For the most part, I feel pretty bad about the role I played in my friends' lives, especially Jake. What happened there? I don't even know. An unmitigated disaster for which I'm entirely to blame. It's not any one thing. I think it was just a completely toxic element in his life from day one. I don't know what he's doing now. I wouldn't be surprised if he was trying to avoid me as much as possible. I'm sure that's for the best. I think I need to stay out of his business for a good while, so I don't risk poisoning another innocent kid's life, like I did with you, apparently. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a little different, cause relations between peers is a whole other thing. It's tricky shit, and you're both figuring stuff out on a relatively equal footing, and you're both at the same point in your lives. It's not like when one person is older and supposed to be a lot more. Never mind, this is a fucked up thing to think about, but the bottom line is, yeah, laying low while you sort out your stuff can't hurt. Right. The thing with that, with my adult selves, the ways. The sad thing is, I can really see it, how someone like me can go unchecked in life and turn out to become a much worse person than I already am. I guess I'm just relieved I still have some time to make sure that doesn't happen. You don't actually seem like a bad person to me, so no, nah, why not? We did just meet after all, because I don't know if truly bad people wrestle so much with whether they are good or bad. I think if I ever sensed my bro struggled at all with what he was doing or who he was, or showed any sort of doubt, that might have changed everything, but there was never a crack in it, or the slightest hint of introspection behind the aggressive fuel-youth facade. If there was, I surely never noticed. I mean, personally, I think about it all the time now. what it actually means to be good or bad, or if not something that's darkly moral, at least just trying to examine the difference between being decent and being a douche. Maybe it's because of him I worry about that now, but for me I think that internet struggle is kind of mild for him, or you, I mean. It sounds like some pretty dark shit, like grappling with becoming evil versus simply trying not to. Yeah, that's not too far off. But the point is, even just talking to you a little bit, it's obvious you've been fighting with that, which means that you care enough to put in some effort. I think that counts for something. Maybe, not sure if I'm ready to accept a pat in the back for recognizing I have some problems and worrying about whether they'll destroy me and fuck up the people I care about. That might be setting the bar kind of low. Well, when it comes to the subject of him, the bar's already pretty low, dude. The weird thing, honestly, is that it's actually kind of refreshing to hear a sincerely level critique of all my negative qualities coming from another person invested in a relationship with me, rather than from a fucked up iteration of myself as some bizarre foolish form of self-abuse. The only thing I've ever been exposed to are either various forms of self-loathing, either for me or my autoresponder, or attitudes completely oblivious to my real issues, as expressed to my friends. My friends always seem to cut me so much slack, or were just never aware of the kind of person I really was. Well, Jake probably is by now at least, but he's also the sort of guy who's just as likely to blame himself for stuff I did, as he is to blame me. Jane and Roxy still never seem to see anything wrong with me, if anything, just the contrary. Roxy in particular had a certain fixation. She meant well, but was so enamored of me and seemingly everything I did, which I think was the last thing I needed. Be idolized in some form by other people I respected. I had enough of that feeling coming from within, in particular when I was younger, and since then, I've been plagued by the insane ego of my youth in the form of an artificial intelligence I designed, which essentially trapped that state of mind in a sort of forward suspended animation until recent developments, of course. So, was that stuff true, when you said you idolized the other version of me? Yeah? And not just some bullshit like how I used to say the same thing about my bro when I didn't know any better? It's definitely not like that. I never lived with him or met him, so I couldn't have anything like the contentious relationship you had with my older self. He was a historical figure from centuries ago. There was a lot to admire and think about fondly, especially since I was alone and never had any direct contact with another person, or any concept of civilization, even though I'm sure I romanticized what his life was like in the early 21st century in general. It was nice to think about you. I passed a lot of time that way. You say there was a lot to admire, like what? Well, he was pretty famous, made some successful movies, at least under a somewhat expensive definition of success, the even more expensive definition of movie. His work accumulated a lot of subversive political influence, which got him in trouble later. He made like a million bullshit states of liberty, scummed them up with JPEG artifacts, and littered them all over the planet. Holy shit. He was also a pretty badass swordsman and an active member of the resistance movement. He slaughtered the clown presidents on the roof of the White House and flew away on a shitty skateboard. Then it seems he gave the Beta Witch a pretty good run for her money. It wasn't enough, but at least he went down fighting. That, yeah, I might need to hear more titles than this sometime. Sure, but as you can tell, clearly was a lot to look up to. I thought about the examples you said constantly, the creative ideals, the advanced theories and irony and humor, the tale of courage and martial prowess. Really, I modeled everything about myself after you, or at least everything good that I was trying to become. And I probably spent an amazing amount of time imagining what it would be like to live during his time, to be able to have something resembling a sibling relationship, or be in some sort of master-apprentice situation. When I finally learned you existed and started to understand who he really was in relation to me, that put a lot into context. I realized he was a version of you who got a chance to live up to his full potential. And when I understood there was a young version of you in a situation sort of like mine, whose time on Earth got cut short when you were thrown into all this, I was at least happy to think there was some reality where you got the chance to do everything you wanted to do, be successful and fight for all the right things. Even if ultimately it didn't lead to a great outcome for humanity, you had an opportunity to live a full life and show what you were made of. Well, I guess I had the same opportunity on your world, somewhat less, fortunately. Yeah, then for all my bitching, I guess I still never grasped your full reality. Just like you probably didn't grasp mine, but just reading into the mindset of a historical figure as best as you could. What if I wasn't as heroic as it seemed? What if adult me was kinda douchey too in a way you couldn't observe? Perhaps, but beyond a certain point, I think accomplishments speak for themselves. I don't know if we can just completely shred every person who ever did great things because they had some flaws. All I can say is, it was important to me to see him the way I did. as a good person who inspired me and set the standard for what I wanted to be. It kept me going. That said, I'm also glad there's this version of you who goes through all the things you've been through. Like, yeah, you didn't get to be the cool celebrity who cuts down juggalos and badly defaced government property. And the idea of a normal life with food taken from you, that's something you'll never get to experience. But this is so much more challenging and uncertain. You get to apply all the potential you showed in one reality to something much bigger and more existentially critical. Whatever strengths you showed in trying to save a dying planet, the fact is, I think we need that more here. And the trials inherent in being a part of something like this, I think they bring more out of you than a relatively pedestrian life on Earth would. Make you face more things about yourself, at least that's been true for me. But it sounds like it's been true for you too. It sounds to me like the experience you've had changed you a lot for the better. You mentioned the experiences with Sims that were designed to make you stronger, have actually made you weaker, but really, I doubt that's true. I bet you've become stronger than you realize, not because of anything he did, but because of what you've done, and the ways you've changed yourself through your own effort. I hope it doesn't come off as overly sentimental garbage, but it seems to me like you turned out to be a really good dude, like really, a better sort of dude I ever imagined talking to when I pictured meeting the legendary guy I idolized. I pictured him as probably being too cool to be the type of guy you are, but you know what? Fuck being too cool for that. You don't think I'm cool? Nah, I mean in the right way, yes. I think you are, but in the way that doesn't mean anything and doesn't matter, not particular. Anyway, that's all my stuff with respect to your other self. Again, there's a lot more I could say about him. Maybe stuff you should know, or maybe it's all irrelevant to the path you are on now. Regardless, I'd be more than willing to answer any questions you have about him, or anything really. Feel free to ask me whatever. Okay, yeah, I'll have to think. Hey, sorry about this. What? For what I'm doing now. This is bullshit right here over. It's really fucked up of me, what I'm presently doing. So sorry about the yeah man, this is some fucked up shit, alright, I know. Yeah, sometimes you need someone to just be completely straight and objective with you. Yeah, they both really needed to talk. But it's cool, don't worry about it. So fucked up. Sorry. Okay, I'm taking a quick bathroom break. Sometimes you just need to hug. Yeah, let's go on. Hey! Yes? Hey! 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 You said another hey? Are you going to say hey again when it just hey? I knew it, another hey. Ah, yeah, guess what? My first guess would be more hey. If the thing to guess is the reason you are saying hey at me several times, I confess to being stumped. I got something for you. You do what? That's the thing you got be guessing? Is it a thing behind your back? Yep, but you got to be more specific. Is it a little piece of paper that says hey on it? Ha ha ha, no, but that would be so funny. Haha, you are pretty funny. Damn, now I want to go away and start this whole shit over so I can do the punchline instead. Maybe we should do several rehearsals first just to make sure the final performance is as funny as possible. Yes, but no, what I have for you is this. Ta-da! Oh my god, I love the face. Is it real? Yeah, I mean, as real as I could make it. Which I think means as real as the thing that it is and was always supposed to be when its ideas expressed as purely as possible through physical matter. Wow, what? It's a real alien egg, bottom line. It took a lot of work and I guess really soul searching, but I finally made it. Just for you. For me? Yep. Hey, I know I don't know you too well. We just met. But really, it was always gonna be for you. This egg is stinking useless without someone who was qualified to care for it. That's you. Please look after the little guy. I have developed some oddly motherly feelings for the spiky fucker myself. It's like this whole quasi-intellectual emotional saga or something for me to figure out how to make this freaking egg. It's a Matthew orb. Yeah, that. I don't believe this. How it is possible? I still don't know how you did this. Don't worry about it. Just powers. Ooh, magic noises. Voila, insta orb. That adds a fraction of its non-existence. Thank you. No problem. I didn't think it would be this easy. I mean, not that it was easy for you by the sound of it. What I mean is I thought it was going to involve an arduous and lengthy process for myself to undertake in order to figure out how it was even possible to reconstruct the object alone actually do it. Nah? Nope. So instead of all that, it's just handed to me like a nice present. Yes. I don't know what to say. This changes so much about everything I thought I had to do. Does it? The way I see it, I shouldn't have needed to worry about making this thing. I think it will be challenging enough, like hatching it, and tending to all the stuff that comes next. Isn't it basically being responsible for the preservation of an entire race of people? Like not even a simple kind of people that all go about having their own babies by themselves and such. You have to set up and deal with this huge creature that does it all herself, right? Yes, that's how it works. And yes, that will be probably very challenging. Yeah, so just focus on that. I'm sure you will have help if you need it. I mean, after all this shit is over, obviously. Hey, speaking of which, how did it go here? Did you do this thing? Yes, I think we did the thing. Our fox should be good to go. Me? Oh yeah, Karkat came too, didn't he? Where did he go? He's still in the cave. Meditating? Meditating, huh? Yes, it was a very spiritually uplifting encounter with the Denizen. It really blitzed our chakras. He needs some time to clear his head. Okay. So you're Rose's girlfriend, right? I don't know. Is that what humans call a mate split when the mate split is a girl? I don't know. If the mate splits the thing trolls call each other when they are girlfriends or boyfriends with each other? Yes. Then the answer is yes. Yes. LMAO. Okay, it was kind of obvious. I was just making sure. Anyway, that's cool. Did you meet on your fancy meteor vessel? In person, we met there, yes. Not really. We first spoke while she was still in her session. I assisted somewhat, but I think I bugged her mostly. It seems like a lifetime ago now, so I guess you must have gotten to know each other a lot better during the trip. Yes, we had a lot of free time. I bet. Man, 3 years was it? That's crazy. A whole bunch of people you only just met, including humans and aliens, or I mean trolls. Whoops, sorry if it's rude. We call each other aliens all the time, haha, but then you all immediately have to hunker down together for 3 years. That is very much what happened and what we had to do. It sounds fun. I kinda wish I could have been there. I guess I had my own less long stint with people in my session. Only like half a year so, which was cool in its own way, but wasn't nearly as social as you've seen sounded. It was pretty social, yes, but we also had little groups that generally convened with each other more often than the entire ensemble crowded together for a single and noisy affair. But events were pretty rare, so maybe not as social as you're picturing. This was something. In fact, it was quite a subtle situation compared to the crowd I was formerly accustomed to congregating with. There were 12 of us back then. Yeah, wow, I remember hearing about that from a friend who never even existed from this frame of reference. I guess that's another weird thing about my little sojourn to get to this point. It is all made of memories now that didn't even happen for other people. It does sound like a lonely predicament in its own particular way. Sort of sacrifice you've had to make, yes. Yeah, sacrifice the bounds it would seem. I don't know of anyone presently alive who hasn't had to trade something very important to them in exchange for continuing to be a material seeker in this endeavor. You were forced to trade something too, but in return you've been able to do something. Something so wonderful that I guess I'm judging your accomplishment from an especially personal vantage. But no matter what else you have been through, I believe you can say you've done something as important as anyone could ever hope to do. Oh yes, I hope so. I really hope it all works out and you make a super successful tour too. Yeah, I want it to be a good place. Not so much like where I'm from. It all sounds really daunting actually. Not even just the propagation of my kind, but managing to do it responsibly. Not causing millions of beings to exist for the sake of doing so. And dismissing responsibility for what sort of people they become. That isn't good enough for me. I think the Echidna was right. I'll need him. Who? Oh, nobody. Say it was a figure of speech. I need everyone, whoever is good and wishes to have a hand in the way our world is shaped. Count me in. I will, but as of the immediate point in time, I don't know what to do anymore. Before you came, I was on my way to join you and Rose and John, feeling quite sure I was about to get ready to fight. But then you gave me this, and now I'm unsure of everything to which I just imminently committed myself. How so? I want to help us win. They also have a lot of responsibility now, in a way that is much more tangible and also spiky and round and sharp than just a few minutes ago. And I feel I have to consider risk to myself is now also the same as risk to the future of my people. Does that make sense? Oh, I see, yeah, it is like say a mother wolf being all ready to stand up to some other issue of nature, like a nasty bear, and she's ready to fight and all, but she's got to think about what happens to her pups if he gets hurt, yeah? Something like that. Except I relate more to an analogy that didn't involve weird alien creatures. Oh sure, just imagine instead of a wolf, it's like a mother who... Help me out here, mother beast. A beautiful mother beast, and instead of a bear, a Metroid. Let's say good enough. Damn straight. The fucking fight of the year right there. But yes, that concern is completely understandable. You don't get a fight if you don't want, but I'm sure we could really use the help. Would actually be of much use? I think so. And look at it this way. None of this next-gen tool stuff is even going to matter if we don't win this fight. So we have to prioritize beating all these goddamn villains, especially the witch. Any extra edge is going to help, and though I admit I don't know much about you, I'm feeling pretty confident in my assessment that you are probably some sort of sick, deadly bitch. Who told you my secret? I didn't use it. In fact, I would bet that you could use your concern for all your future space pups to be way extra deadlier in this fray. Maybe it makes a whole difference. The point is, we need you now just as much as anyone in the future will. And we are all risking stuff and all in this together, and if you are with me and Rose and John, don't worry, we ain't gonna let anything happen to you, I promise. Dang. Dang, that was really motivational and I feel very inspired now. For real? Yes, a little corny, but definitely genuine and moving. And now I'm suddenly spiked again to go dunk an narcissistic fish woman into a sea dumpster. Fuck yes! Not to project myself as someone fickle or lightning, straight on back decisions. Maybe it was just roughly 30-second spell of cold feet and I just snapped out of it, I don't know. But you really do think you have a way with motivational words. Must be natural leader. I think your group was lucky to have you. Nah, not naturally good at that at all. I mostly just yelled at my friends because they were such a gaggle frustrating bozos. I guess I'm just feeling way inspired by the fact everyone is here together and we are all about to try and do something huge and important. I've also watched John in action a bit and he is very good at that stuff. He's actually so good at being inspiring, he inspired me to try and be more inspiring. That sounds dumb as hell, but it's true as shit. I also love how he get no idea how good he is at leadery stuff. It is so inspirationally frigging adorable. Shall we go then? We shall our shore. Now comes the stuff that I need. It's over with. I'll be taking this if you don't mind. Not that I care if you mind. For that matter, not that there's any chance you could possibly mind that anyone does with this deadly secret weapon, since you've made it perfectly clear what sort of person you want to be. Which is to say, someone who's dedicated her entire existence to being utterly useless. Wait, which version of me are you? Are you alive? Be quiet, I'm talking. Look at you, just look at you. How completely pathetic. What's your problem? My problem is you make me fucking sick. Did you know that? That it was possible for you to go so far down whatever toilet you decided to jump into however long ago, that you could literally make your own stomach turn? I mean, my god, what are you talking about? Is it my new clothes and tattoo and stuff? Look, I remember feeling that way too, all stuck about certain. It's not a new look. I mean, not that it's the slightest bit flattering. In fact, I think it's perfect for you. I couldn't possibly imagine a style more perfectly suited to what a loser you've become. Loser? Hey, come on now, Yes, loser. You are a loser. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that is what you are now. Are you really so far removed from reality that you can't see it? Did the transformation happen so gradually that you just didn't notice? I find it hard to believe, and frankly more than a little disturbing, that some version of me could let this happen to herself without being at least somewhat aware that a dreadful decline of personality was taking place. I'm not a loser, so I like who I've become. I actually feel happy and good about my life for the first time in maybe forever. Like actually good about my life in a way that feels real instead of forced. Do you really assess what it was like for us? You don't have a life. You are dead, remember? I'm the one with the life. And I fully intend to use it in a relevant and constructive way to help bring an end to all the horrible shit that's been going on for way too long. Remember when you used to care about that sort of thing? No, obviously not. All you care about now is bullshit tips to be fashion, trends, feeling happy, and whatever the fuck it is you are doing here. Frolicking with some horses in an ugly field or some shit. Just absolutely disgraceful. How could I have become so selfish? You don't know this is selfish, right? This isn't having some fucking epiphany or like growing as a person or whatever self-serving spin you might be putting on what's happening here. It's just plain narcissism, the worst kind you are capable of, a total renunciation of any responsibility for contributing to the greater good. And it makes me fucking sick. Yeah, this was the part where I was like, Vriska, this is absolutely the opposite. You are the narcissist. No, that's not what it's like. You don't understand. You haven't, like, been through what? I've been through plenty. Don't get patronizing with me. How did you die again? And you being stubborn and insisting on going off to fight Jack, even though that was obviously an ill-conceived plan that was going to get everyone killed. That is again, making it all about you, even when trying to be heroic. You let Sydney blind you and you did something really stupid, basically leaving no other option but for you to get killed. So since you started your journey as a ghost with a little feat of self-absorption, is it any surprise that after how many Minnesota suits floundering around as a lost soul, this is where you end up? You shamelessly self-indulgent punk as nobody. Wait, are you saying you didn't try to fight Jack? What happened? How are you the version that's still alive? I don't. Different shit happened. From that point on, I started making better choices, unlike you. Contrary to your lazy, fakey, happy shit, I've actually grown as a person. No, you didn't. What do you think of that, you frivolous, deserving bitch? Honestly, I can barely even stand to look at you. I should really get out of here and spare myself the nausea. Yet I keep standing here wasting my time dishing out this well-deserved smackdown. Maybe I'm paralyzed by disgust. Why are you being so mean to me? Mean, I'm just telling it like it is, sister. The truth is often harsh. It's something you used to understand. But now you appear to be the physical embodiment of everything I detest. God, I just can't get over your shitty makeover. Ugh. Hey, did you gain weight too? What? No, I didn't. I'm not. Yes, you did. I'm not blind, you know. I'm not fat. Sure, tell yourself whatever you want, whatever lets you be at peace with your new life. Ha 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 ha. Why are you saying all this stuff to me? What did I ever do to you? I don't understand. Holy shit. This is actually getting to you. Isn't it unbelievable? Well, that's Tia said. You really are beyond any sort of redemption. Fucking incredible. Whatever happened to having a thick skin, letting stuff roll off your back? Or letting shit get to you because you always knew you were better than the one slinging it? I guess this is what you call happiness now? Letting a few tiny little what is this word? Barbs shatter your self-esteem? You aren't happy, you're a hilarious train wreck combined with a sad punchline, and I'm ashamed to share an identity with you. Stop it! Oh, don't worry, Circuit, I'm done here. I'm off to go do something useful like winners do. Something you wouldn't know anything about anymore. Just leave me alone. How could I joke? How could I have ever been so awful? Okay, this is just getting embarrassing. Time to shove off. Truth be told, I should probably delay killing Lord English a little longer, just so he can put you out of your misery. Just go away! Stop! I hate you! Your wish is my command, loser. Time to get some awesome shit done and grab the reins on a relevant, productive existence. Shit, I'm feeling more adventurous and worthwhile as a person just thinking about it. Anyone who feels the same way is more than welcome to join me. Say, how about you, punky-looking pixes? Does it sound like it might be the cut of your chip? Don't talk to her. She doesn't want anything to do with a piece of shit like you, neither do I. Take your stupid treasure and your smug garbage about Riverlands and get the fuck out of here. Come on, Nina, let's ditch the evil hike and go find something else to do. Nina? What's wrong? Come on here, Vriska, listen. What? Oh fuck, don't know how to say that. What is it? I think I might go actually. Huh? Vriska, I mean, that one. No, please, Nina, you can't. I don't know if this whole thing is fucked. Nina, no! Not like agreeing with her on a lot of that stuff, I'm bored. But I thought you liked, I did, I mean I do, I'm just sick of sitting around not being a part of anything. I want to see some action, you know, wanna go kill a bad guy. Okay, yeah, I get that. Hey, me too, look, see, I do too. Forget what I said, we can go fight him together. Just not with her, okay? I couldn't handle that. It can just be me, you and me. Yeah, see, I don't know about that. The thing is, I think what I'm saying here is, as great as it's been, like, really great, I think there's gotta be it. No, wait, Mina, please don't do this. You heard the lady, she's made up her mind. Stay out of this! If Mina, you have to stay. I don't know what I'll do with your gun. I don't have anyone else out here. I'll be all alone in this fucked up place. I never told you this, but it's terrifying here. Terrifying being dead and having to live through memories forever and dealing with the fact that nothing really means anything. It's infinite and dark and it's all being ripped apart. And you're the only one who ever made me feel good about being here. You're the only one who made me feel good about being anywhere. Please don't. Nina, stop. Vriska, damn, why is this shit so hard? Not even lying, this is like the hardest shit I ever did. I can't even fully explain. It's just how I think it's got to be. But it doesn't. You don't have to do this. Yeah, I think from that point, we're just gonna have to Elga to do the girl. I cannot believe you're doing the fish pun thing while you're breaking up with me. Sorry, sir, this is the way of my peeps. Here's the thing, I don't think any of the charges thrown at you was true. I like you a lot and all, but like she has a point on something, which is you changed a lot, but better or worse than anything. And qualified to make the call, just to prevent from the way you were when we met. Happier, I guess? I don't know, man, if you say so, then yeah. What I see there is somebody who got it turned like vulnerable as shell, and that is scary to me because of the way I am. I don't think I'm really the sort of person to be trusted with those kind of feelings. See, the problem is, you don't actually know me very well. Nobody does. And the main thing about me is that you got to account for, or I guess I got to account for, on behalf of the feelings of people I don't want to see get hurt is, how do I say this? What you need to know is like, I'm bad. No, Mina, wait. I don't care if you're bad. I mean, I don't even think that's true. I don't care if it is. Please don't do this. Don't go. At least not right away. And you should stay a little longer so we can talk about this. Sorry, Vriska. I'm really sorry. Time to say goodbye, Mina. I just did. Let's just get over here, okay? You've got it. You've made the right choice, Pixus. Now let's go round up that army. Okay, like, how many pages are actually left? I think we are at 7,804 now, so this means we are having. Wait, can we go back? What kind? Oh yeah, we are at 7,800. I thought we were already. Then let's read a few more pages. Yeah, ow. This was a really bad thing that I was talking about. I think there are about 200 pages left, so I won't be able to finish them today. I kind of was looking wrong. I kind of was already seeing 7,900 there. This was wrong. So I'm going to do the half hour that I'm normally doing, and then in the next stream we are doing the rest. Okay, we are going with Jane first. There you are. I've been looking forward to meeting you, dear. You have? Who are you? I'm you. But most know me as John's Nana. Ho ho. Oh yes, he told me about you. Gosh. Pleased to meet you, Nana. I guess I should call you. Suits me. Calling you Jane might feel a bit strange, although perhaps disrespectful. And why is that? It is my name after all. Yes, but you are my senior by many decades, I guess, and you have so many more years of life experience than Mr. You seem to be dressed like a clown. Not to disparage your fanciful attire, I quite like it. I just mean that you've been through more than I can imagine. I couldn't call you by my name. I would feel wrong and pretend to treat you like my equal. But really, Jane, the honor of meeting you is all mine. I have been looking forward to it so much since I learned of your existence. Ever since I spent that one day helping John through his session, there haven't been many reasons for me to feel particularly worthwhile. Yes, I tended to him and his sister for several years, baked for them, and as a protective ear when needed. But in a way, it's been a lonely life for me since my ashes fell in the silly old sprite. I've been strictly and ultimately actor there, only to serve others even during my greatest moments to shine. So when I heard of you, a version of myself who was a true hero, so young, empowered, and set to embark upon a life filled with consequential deeds, I was absolutely giddy. I knew that we had to meet. Oh my, you really feel that way about me? Yes, Jane. I do not mean to suggest I regret the way my life has gone, of course. I lived a very humble life, as free of intrigue and adventure as possible by choice. You see, I grew up in dangerous circumstances. I knew how cruel the woman who raised me could be, and what she might do to me or the people I loved if I made waves, or demonstrated any sense of defiance. So I lived simply. I started a family and operated a quiet joke shop. Though I always knew trouble was brewing, they were the best years of my life. Yet I always had a little more knowledge than I ever let on, and used my understanding in subtle ways to help those to whom the torch would be passed in this great fight. But then I made the transition from knowing some things in life to knowing a great deal more in death. Being resurrected as a sprite endowed me with a very deep knowledge of the game and its broader circumstances. I was in peak form, a true harlequin wise woman, and there was merely a question I couldn't answer. And then the dear kids scratched the session and cast themselves into the unknown. I ventured with them, and so I too lost my bearing on the nature of what lay ahead. I went from my prime, a state of all understanding, to a state of absolutely uncertainty. For the first time in about as long as I could remember, I had no idea what to expect next. It was quite freeing in a way. I had a wonderful few years on the ship with those lovely children. I thought little of what challenges were ahead. But when I did, my thoughts would always drift towards you, Jane. Thinking about you and this adventure you were about to begin, it made me feel like a child again. It gave me the feelings I used to have for the limitless potential of life before my stepmother snuffed them out, confronting me with the reality that life would have to take a considerably more limited shape if I wished to survive. So when I look at you now, I see the potential I had as a child finally being realized, but in a much more special way than I ever would have imagined back then. It makes me so proud to see you as a heroic young woman, ready to make a difference and forge your own destiny. I just wanted to tell you this before you go off to battle. Oh jeez, Nana, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much for those inspirational words. Ho ho. I think John was really lucky to have you as his bride, not to mention a grandmother, of course. It's no wonder he appears to have his act together. Maybe I would have been better off if I had someone like you to advise me from the start of all this. Maybe I wouldn't have felt so lost. It's normal to feel lost, though, and believe me, needing to find your own way in time will make you a lot wiser than having an old lady around to spoon-feed you all the answers. In any case, you have me now. I think it's been quite a long time since John has needed my guidance. The boy has grown so much since he clobbered me with a joke book on that fateful day. From now on, I'd be pleased if you would consider me yours. Wow, oh my goodness, yes please. In fact, I heard from the cat girl that you and she are on healing duty in the spectacular fray coming up. It so happens that healing is my specialty, next to baking, of course, and pranks. Why don't I assist? That would be great too. Oh, and Jane, one more thing, just so you know. There are actually two of me. Of course, it's a prank. Ho 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 ho. Okay, now let's go to Jake. Careful Sprite, thank you for so rapturously scooting away with me to my planet. I hope they all don't think me too much of a stuffy knickerbocker for ducking off without making the rounds and saying goodbye. I just needed to get away and clear my head and I guess get my danda for this great cream and crackers I'm too solely content with apparently. Say Careful Sprite, you'll help me without this impending pugilism, won't you? Oh yeah, definitely ready to bring the stick fire to those guys alleged to be inside an enchanted oven. Attaboy, Tabby. Oops, is it okay if I call you Tabby? Yes, I love it. Actually, wait, no, I think I won't in second thought. Tabby sounds fucking stupid. Yeah, probably, okay. So we agreed then. We wait here and limber up and flex those stupendous guns a bit and then let's sail our haymakers once the circus trundles into town. I probably understood that remark and agree. I just wonder if there's anything else for me to do aside from kiss my knuckles and leather them up with elbow grease, turn my 10 favorite boys out for a bracing constitutional, you know. Should I be soul searching or straining my brain to have some sort of magnificent epiphany about myself? Is this it for me? Is this all there is to understand? Maybe there's only so much wet wood a man can scrape from a bevel's basement. Maybe sometimes the fella's gotta fess up to the fact that all there is to get about him's been firmly got already. I've pretty much concluded that I'm a complete waste of everyone's time if I bother busying the lives with my brand of beeswax and buffoonery. I set a square on the determination that I need to just be alone for most of my life, and you know what? I'm perfectly okay with that idea. I'm just a lunkhead and a loner, and that's that. What else is there to wonder about myself or my future expect, which faces mostly worthing of my fist? Oh, Jake, please don't talk. Please don't talk like this about yourself. And you put everything that way, and then sometimes it's hard to disagree with a lot of consecutive words. I think I agree with you. Maybe you figured out everything about yourself that matters. That would be awesome. Let's both put extra effort into hoping it's true. That's a ticket. I love my expect. It feels so empowering every time I want to feel like something real and ton of facts are missing. I really am a lucky son of a bitch, aren't I, Tabby? Shit, I mean Tefus Sprite. Letch. Not a bad nickname, sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much what the doctor ordered for old Jake English. No romantic stuff, no platonic stuff either. I'll be like, Mr. Non-rom, sandsplit, or, oh, horse noodles. There has to be a terminology that more effectively consolidates my present understanding of myself into a coherent identity I can get enthusiastic about. Maybe the troll lingo has the answers, or maybe I'm pioneering some sort of shadow gradient system. Oh lordy, wouldn't that be a swift kick in the nether dumplings? What do you think, Tabby boy? Should I take my idea to the troll patent office and make a mint? I don't think we have a thing like that, although all of my people are extant and my planet is badly exploded. Oh yeah, oopsie. But yeah, forget these situations not in consideration. I sympathize entirely with your social impasse, causing not good reflections about yourself that maybe also double as liberating stuff about you that you randomly decide is fine suddenly. Old acquaintances and guys you once called friends, those are very hard, because over time they get exposed too much to all my flaws and insecurities, and they start liking me less because of that. At least that's how the truth feels in my brain. So I start thinking maybe they can't be that important to me after all if I'm going to want to feel not that about myself all the time. But then also, I really do enjoy making new friends. And even though I don't have many talents or battle skills or intelligence or discernible positive qualities, one thing I think I'm good at that people underestimate is making new friends who don't know my flaws yet. Yeah, yeah, cheese and crackers, Tabbers, what an special little spiel that just was. Perhaps you've more concealed talents than you let on. No, absolutely not. But thank you. Achoo, achoo. F Meister, are you okay? Achoo, achoo. Heavens to murder with parked heaven, what's the matter? Achoo, achoo. Speak to me, lobster tavioli. Achoo, choo, choo, choo. Hey, Ricky Ticky Terry. Lay it on me, bro. Do you need to go to a hospital or what? Achoo, oh no, not achoo, not you. Lex Masturnating acquaintance, I have just a magic thing for you because I'm a magical being squared. Take this jewel of tablet, it will make those cat allergies slink away as if they saw a raccoon out the window. Oh yes, thank you, gulp. Oh, wow, it worked like a charm. I love magic, I'm so glad it's real. Couldn't agree more. That pillow was a placebo, by the way. It was actually one of the buttons for my velvet pillow. Oh, thank you so much, magic sorceress Catwoman, for your insensitive placebo button. This is going to change my life. Yes, I thought you wouldn't understand what that meant, that the button would continue to do the trick. I'm so pleased as usual to see that all's right, not that I was ever in doubt. Now, since the hideous brouhaha of spittle, mucus, and shouting has subsided, peace and quiet have revisited these hills, and I'm free to do my work. It is the most important work that has ever been undertaken, or even attempted in this gloomy session. You there, master of this land. Tell me, where's your corner sprite? Inquisitive chirp. Never mind, you don't know anything, haha. I was only asking as a polite formality anyway, since it is right there in plain sight. Jake, drum roll please. Hold on, I'll go. Don't you actually play some drums? It was a figure of speech. Oh, well, hello there, beautiful. Fret no more, sweet princess, for as long as I am here, you will never suffer such indignity again. How could anyone let such monstrous injustice happen to one so dear? What fills would dare to debase you in this manner? To say it was a machination of a bright and pure spirit, to say it was murder, this would be too flattering to the perpetrator. What happened to you is nothing less than the desecration of a masterpiece. My mystic kitty cat senses divine that you have been mistreated for a stretch of your life, far preceding your demise. I detect that you may have been toyed with and disrespected by none other than the supreme puppeteer of unrepentant horseshit himself. Anyone who dare claim a greater atrocity has been committed in some godforsaken troll of paradox space, and yet now and I will hiss and roll and curse your name. You are gorgeous, dear sweet Nepeta. You deserve only happiness and fulfillment. And from this moment forward, I shall see to it that those are the only things you will ever know. Hi! Oh no, this is quite technically but sniff. Oh no, chew. Achoo, help, I need Achoo, I need another Achoo, I need another magic pillow button. Hey, anyone there? Yes, I'm here. Who's this? Hi, is this Joke I'm speaking to? Yes. Hey, Joke, nice to hear from you again. This is Vriska. Who? God damn it, never mind who. The really attractive and outspoken girl you just saw jump into a window a little while ago, remember? Oh yeah. Haha, hello again. What can I do for you? Glad you asked, buddy. You know, for a mostly inconsequential wimp, you're very polite and have a great attitude. Thanks, I try my best. Is Tepos there? Yes, he's sneezing a lot though. Probably due to the recently surging number of cat people in the vicinity. Would you like to speak to him? No, God no, that would just waste time on a lot of his pointless hemming and hawing. My business here is really simple. I just need to close one more significant loophole before you all start fighting. This is the final remaining task I had reserved for Tefos. He doesn't know what it is yet, so I need your help, Joke. Sure. What do you need? I need you to reach into your pocket. My pocket? I don't think I have pockets. I'm just wearing a snug pair of underpants. No, your hoodie pocket. Oh, shit, these things have pockets. Okay, reaching into my pocket now. What the hell is this? How did this get in there? Don't worry about that. Just wood on the ground. Alrighty. Did he take the bait? What? Did the cat pounce on the mouse? Oh, yes. Good. I'll tell Trevor so he has to grab that cat. It's mission critical. Okay. Hey, Trevor wait. True. That bossy troll girl says you need to apprehend this feline I have apparently summoned. She says it's really important. Oh, Archu, why? It's like part of the mission she was waiting to give you or something. Archu, yeah, okay, that makes sense, I guess. Oh no. Chew. The squeaks on powers. You still there? Yeah, what happened? I had to neutralize another wildcat threatened that session. Who the fuck knows what the first guardian cat would have done during the battle, or for that matter, to what extent it's still in the service of the convents? That's pretty mysterious after all. I needed to take it out of the picture. The best way to do that was sweep it up into the body of a person who's much more manageable and mentally suggestible. He was conveyed out of his whole battle while sleeping peacefully now, which frankly is better for him, and a lot better for all of you now that you don't have to worry about another famous omnipotent critter scurrying around wreaking havoc. You just have to make sure he doesn't wake up until the action is over. Same rules apply to him that apply to Jade. So he's like that permanently now, right? Yep. That's how prototyping works. It made sure he was never double prototyped over the course of the session for this exact reason. Sometimes it takes a little patience and long-range planning to make sure all the loose ends are tied up. But doesn't this mean he's now allergic to himself? You see, I don't know, man. I never really knew how bad his allergies were. You know what, whatever. When this is all over, I guess he'll have to deal with a little sneezing now and then, but he'll also have a bunch of totally sick godlike powers, so that's pretty cool, right? Look at, you're a little new to the extended scene of everything going on here, but there's kind of been a long history of people underappreciating how much shit they do for this guy that looks kinda bad, but is actually in his best interest. He'll wake up, acclimate to his new existence, and when the time comes, I'm sure he'll be thanking me later. I see. Yeah, when you put it that way, I guess you're right. Maybe old Terry is actually pretty lucky to have a friend like you. There you go. See, joke, you're a lot smarter than people give you credit for. I can't even get into corrective homeschool anymore. Anyway, I can't stand around all day yakking about this. All in all, this was a really minor chore to take care of. I've got much bigger fish to fry out here in the wing. Give my best to everyone there, and good luck with the fight. Okay, that at the point of business is done. Thanks for bearing with me. Executing the source strategy has turned out to be a really ambitious project. Nice watch, Didi. How much is it worth? How much? I have no idea. I guess it depends on a lot of things, like the units of currency, the presumption of an actual market for it, its scarcity. Honestly, I just alchemized this thing quite easily, and somebody else probably could too. God damn it, that answer was too complicated. Got a fucking Corsair of Chemonics over here. Are you saying you want to buy my spider wash? Nah, sir, spider swag ain't my kettle of fish. I didn't think so. Anyway, like I was saying, that takes care of that. At this point, I think we could use a debriefing. Would you care to do the honor? What? Regarding the mission you were purposely involved with, which I can only presume gradually fizzled out. Securing this weapon, searching for lost cherub, and raising an army to defeat Lord English. Oh, right, man, that old thing. Yeah, I can debrief. I ain't much a storyteller, so much to the lament of my former bestie. That's fine. I don't need you to dazzle me here. I just want the fucking scoop. That's why you're the top Zerg. Hey, what? Can I ask a kind of personal question? I mean, not even that personal, but sure. How old are you? Almost 7 and the half sweeps? Getting close to 8. Probably sound like a fucking nerd, but I've been excited about reaching that milestone pretty much my whole life. 7.5, huh? I guess it's a little more respectable. More respectable than what? No, Finn. Change the subject. That old S mission. So yeah, we all piled in a damn pirate ship and sailed around the ring in this huge circle. English fooled us and wrecked shit as he went. It helps us chart a path to the treasure somehow, like using black maps and junk with like cartographic calculations and scopes and fucking sextants and whatnot. I'm not even sure how that weird idea actually worked. We found the treasure, well, you did. But we were also kinda going nuts and driving everyone away from the crew. I stuck around so close I didn't give a flying glove. When Nia bailed so, she caught wind of that magic ring and I guess it got to her. The delusions of Wendy about being alive again and doing relevant shit. So she hauled it out and stole it and made the most embarrassing mess of things I ever heard of anyone doing ever. She totally failed in whatever she was trying to do. But the ring ganked from her, then died again. I never saw or heard from her ever since, and TBH, I don't really want to. That left just me and you, well, Azayi. Trying to figure out what to do with this deadly box of treasure. Basically, we couldn't decide on anything, we were feeling pretty flat on the plan overall, so we just gave up and went off to do other shit for a while, and you, I mean she, mellowed way the fuck out, which was actually sorta cool for a bit, but also sorta, okay, never mind that. We just kept bubble hopping for I don't even know how long, which got really boring after a while. Never had some tortoise to tell her so, I mean until now. In fact, I pretty much just forgot about the whole plan until we showed up. It sounded pretty cool again, so I was like, yeah, I'm on board, and that's basically the whole story. Oh yeah, and the lost terror part of the plan, FEIC, that was a bogus by destruction mission, which probably don't matter at all. Guess that's everything. Good recap, at least you both had the presence of mind to hang on to the weapon. Now it's up to us to use it. What about those armies though? It still sounds like an important part of the plan to me. Having just the two of us walk straight up to Lord English, cold gobble fans, it sounds like a recipe for disaster, weapon or no weapon. Nanio goes to wing everything they've got at him sounds like a great strategy, like a sort of buffer, giving us a little space to get ready to deploy the weapon when he seems vulnerable. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think he picks it up where we left off? Man, dunno, that was one of the things that made us wonder if it was even worth bothering anymore. It was mostly his whole mind control stunt. Apparently Evonia was towing most of the loads there, then she pieced the hell out and got owned. I see, then yeah, this is going to be a little trickier than I thought. I don't been brainstorm on it for a while. 8. Oh, thank you, yeah, I really didn't know what FX stood for. Got anything yet? Nope, me neither. Well, fuck. It's not a huge deal. We've got plenty of time to come up with something. There's no rule those days we even need an army. We just need to be a way of deploying the weapons that will maximize the probability it'll actually work too. We'll figure it out. So, do you even know what the weapon does yet, or not specifically? We only know that it's some sort of choo-choo that will activate when it gets near him. We won't have to do anything at that point, theoretically. The weapon should just take over. All we have to go on is a bunch of vague stories we heard along the way through dream bubbles. Some presume it's something obvious, like sort of charms that releases extremely powerful attack. Others also allude to a more specific consequence, that the weapon actually contains the souls of some incredible powerful warriors of legend who came close to beating him once. So he trapped them inside the charm and banished it into the void. And if that's the case, then I guess the weapon just releases them so they can finish the job. Guess we'll find out. Should be exciting. Still, it's way too risky to try to bring it in without creating a major distraction first. Really, the Ghost Army idea sounded like the perfect approach. No wonder that was our original plan. Whose idea was it anyway? Yours? Yeah, I figured as much. There's got to be another way to get that off the ground again. I guess we don't have my ancestors' advanced abilities anymore, but at least we have mine to work with, right? If you say so. So between my mind control powers and your what was it you do again? I make fucking money, bitch. I see. So with adopting Yumina, that's I'm sure that would come in real handy. I saw you roll some ice, Zerk. Find the ghost, you can't get away with that shit. Hey, what the hell is that? It's Tefros. Tefros? Yes, that's me. Hi again, finally alive, Vriska. That seems like a different twist of events I didn't expect and don't understand, but it doesn't change much about my current major accomplishment. What accomplishment? What are you doing with all these ghosts? Is this a ghost army? It is indeed. And I am to believe you are responsible for this. You can believe whatever you like. Believing, as always, is half the battle when it comes to making things marginally that's fake. But the fact that I personally built this army myself is going to be a fact, whether you decide to believe in it or not. Oh bullshit, you must have had help with something, or used some kind of trick. Tell me the truth, Nitrim, how did this get done? Who was pulling the strings? Strings? Who was influencing the minds of all these ghosts? Me. Well, not presently, but I did before. Now here they are, following me. You must be joking. You don't have those kind of powers. I mean, unless ghosts are sort of like a kind of animal? Nina said how it works. Are ghosts actually fucking animals? No. Vriska, trust me. There's no communion involved, or escapades of the mind. Only escapades of the heart. What sort of hideous fat-wit baloney drivel are you spiting at your pretzel socket this time? What I mean is, I convinced them all to join me, Vriska, using words and smiles and friendship. No. No? No. But have you considered? Yes? No. This can't be. I don't see how. Do you know what this means? Do you know what this fucking means? Maybe. It means actually something useful for once. I don't know how you're even supposed to process or handle this information. It's completely messed up, is what it is. My entire worldview is shattering around me. It can't be true. It can't. Somebody slap me. I need to wake up from this horse shit. All right, but don't touch me. Mina is real. Tell me I'm not going insane. Please confirm for me that Tefros has for once in his preposterous life or death, or whatever has at least momentarily stopped being a totally useless sack of shit. It's fucked up, but who? God damn it, fuck this. I can't accept this reality. Nope, no way. Won't do it. No, 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 no. Oh, but more be more like yes, 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 yes. I truly love this part. Oh yeah, bitches. Or failing that, something less discourteous to women to call you both. I bet you never saw it coming from your once dear and older Swabby. That your poop master would come true, that he too would enjoy a successful and gratifying arc of personal development. Oh, it feels so good to do a conclusive thing that absolutely and beyond all question retroactively vindicates me as a person that erases all my flaws. How's that feel, you craftsmaking, cunning, unpleasant lady? You like that, you winner? Do you like how, figuratively speaking, I just different to you wine out of the idea that you are all that and I'm all shit? Do you like getting owned? Because it's maybe what you're currently getting now. Owned. So might I invite you to suck it? Suck it. Tafos finally did something useful. Charleston. Tafos. The Tafos get there with a successful character arc. Shuffle. Tafos. The Tafos tells Vriska to go suck it. Cabbage patch. Tafos. The Tafos is feeling pretty pleased with himself all of a sudden. Air guitar. Tafos! Okay, you win. You did something great and it was a big help. So thanks for that. I mean that sincerely. Could you please just never dance again like ever? That's all I ask. Yes, it's a deal. Awesome. Okay, now that we have a ghost army assembled, the weapon in hand, and settle on the determination that the lost travel probably doesn't matter at all, I think it's time to make a plan. Hold up, something don't feel right about this. What, this army? Who the flip's in charge of the gem? In charge? Oh, please don't tell me it's a dancing weenie poop boy. I don't think he's technically in charge. He's just motivated them all to join the fight through the power of friendship. Yes, exactly. Yeah, but an army's gotta follow orders. Otherwise it ain't an army. It's a bunch of assholes who all happen to be standing in roughly the same vicinity. I see your point. What are you suggesting? I should rule the army? Rule? Don't you mean like be the general of it? I think that's usually how it works. Shall no blubberfucker. I should rule these sons as fishers into my blood all the fucking wonder, and I probably won't take no for a clanser. Hey, that sounds fine to me. A little discipline applied to the swarm of dead idiots isn't going to double kill them. I'm just not sure how feasible it is. Tepos is the one who rounded them all up, so I assume they are all currently listening to him when it comes to the marching orders. I see how it is. Hey you, Swabby. Yes? I hereby challenge you for the leadership of this army. What? Get your fucking duped up, pupa pansy. Oh no, let's not do that. Yeah, let's. It'll be Finn. Finn, fun your ass. Now hit me, you seaweed-sucking sandal stuffer, but I think it's a good idea that you lead the army. I don't even contest that at all. Oh man, but everyone always gotta do shit the boring way. I guess that everyone knows you're the new leader, okay? Alright, how's this? I'll buy him off you. Just name your price. I got a lot of gold, you know. Do I look like fucking poor to you? Tell me I look poor, club and dare. You know I believe you. I think you're probably very wealthy. Then tell me how much gold I need to unload to make this shit happen, but I don't want gold. Firstly, I really doubt that even has much intrinsic value in this context. Because we aren't even on a planet where such ores are scarce, we are just in an abstract field of fleeting illusions, and there's surely no market of exchange anywhere here that would help dictate the fluctuating price of such a commodity, or even any monetary basis of comparison for the price if it actually existed. Why the shit is everybody fucking communist all of a shitting sudden? Some pretending motherfuckers don't know gold, witches, period. It doesn't have to be an argument about gold or economics or anything else. I said it's a good idea that you lead us. I like the idea. Alright, fine. Go ahead and be nice about it. What do I care? I fully recognize you, the Customary traditions of normal culture that you are the one who is most fit to rule, and while I may excel at friendship temporarily, I don't have the leadership things of being harsh and bossy. But those are leadership things you have, probably because of your blood. So starting now, I'm completely different from state to my new empress. Oh man, what the fuck? Your Majesty. I exist only to do your bidding, suddenly. Carefus, will you get the fuck up? No, no, don't. Stay down there. Exactly like that. Of course, Your Highness, I think I like this. I think I really like this. The whole clubbing lot, this feels right. Yo. Yeah, good, excellent work, Swabby and Chief. I will promote you from Peep Master to Poop Lord. Wow, you earned it. Now turn that way. I want to address my legion of loyal humans. Yes, my liege. Listen up, boys and girls. I ain't much for inspirational speeches, but here goes. Any monorace or whatever, and listen the fuck up. Friendly Central Pecking Pooplo just flipped the keys to the speech over to me. So as you all former heiress and current empress, I have a hereby officially decree I'm the boss now. You gotta do what I say. Follow my orders to the letter, not just cause all your ghosts are at stake and the existence itself depends on it, but because I'm the bomb. All the shit I say is cool and right. Mostly you got some good fighting skill or some powers or some shit. God, here ghosts, I'm looking at you. I don't know what you can all do in them PJs, but whatever it is, you better fucking bring it. The rest of you without powers or even like modest combat ability, just, throw your damn torso at the guy. Every individual flailing and screaming body is gonna count for something in this goddamn mess. See, we got a weapon. A nasty one, some legend says. Don't ask me to quote the legend, because I don't read up on no damn legend people, just tell me the shit alright. But the idea is you all set him up, then we knock him down. I trust that I don't gotta say who we up against here, you know the guy. The old gas pimp devil who's been shredding all our black space, popping up our bubbles. Murdering innocent space octopi, double killing our ghosts, which to be fair, there were way too many of in the first place, but let's not dwell much on the dumb fact. It's Lord Muzzle Guy, a huge like professional wrestler with suspenders and the head of a skeleton. The fucking time boss who wiped out Trollkind one way or another. I think he's after his sis, but she's on record as not mattering, so who cares? He will never stop till he finds her, so we have to stop him. To save space and reality and an infinity trillion cosmic rocks or some absurd stuff along those lines. But we have to stop him most importantly because it's just a bad thing to do, and I promise you, as your supreme ruler for Afterlife, that this will be a baller use of our time and beat the shit out of being bored and doing nothing forever. So I ask of you, as humbly as I can while taking into consideration I'm the best one here by approximately 20k leagues or so, who's with me? The answer is all of you. You all are, because I command it, but it's cool, I know you can do it. Because I believe in every last one of you, and although you have to, because if you don't, I'll feed you to Lord Kingfish myself. Why is everything always so wonderful? Okay, let's stop here. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a good day or a good night, and I hope we see you again next week for the thrilling conclusion of the comic.